Unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably come across the fact that there are a whole lot of celebrities that bear an awful similar resemblance to historic figures from our past. So similar, in fact, that you might mistakenly think they're the same people. Well, if you want to see something even stranger, stick around, because I'm about to show you a handful of statues that also bear a very striking resemblance to some pretty well-known people. Case in point, Michelangelo's David. You see, I couldn't help but notice a very striking resemblance between Baron Trump and David. And well, if you don't think he resembles King David, stick around, because he coincidentally resembles another very prominent historic figure. One that they also just happened to build a statue of. This is Alexander the Great. And again, to me, there is a striking resemblance. But this one, there's even more. Because when compared to Alexander the Great, not only does he bear a very similar resemblance, but the statue of Alexander the Great just happens to have the exact same 3 skin markings as Baron. Now you tell me what is going on here. But there's more. Have you ever typed in the original Statue of Liberty face? Because I bet maybe you didn't even know there was an old original one. And I couldn't help but notice the resemblance here to a certain king of rock and roll. I mean, I literally think this one is almost undeniable. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Oh, but Elvis doesn't just look like the Statue of Liberty. Type in the hypogeum of the voluminous family and look at these statues from the 3rd century BC. And you'll get pictures of a family's vault that just happened to have an angel that looks a lot like Elvis, even down to the sideburns. Even down to the sideburns. 2,000-year-old statue, that's an angel. And have you ever seen the Egyptian statue that looks exactly like Michael Jackson? Oh, from just 3,000 years ago. Or the statue of the Roman Emperor Claudius. Check that one out and see if it resembles anyone to you. Because to me, there's a striking resemblance to him and Daniel Craig, otherwise known as Bond, James Bond. Now, in my opinion, there's one of 2 possible things that is going on here. One, there's just been billions and billions of people that have lived throughout history, and eventually there are just going to be people that coincidentally look alike, and those people are just going to coincidentally happen to be the ones in the limelight. But I don't think that's what's going on at all. Option 2, which I think is much, much more likely, is that the Bible is true, and God banished fallen angels down here amongst us humans, and they don't like that. They're mad that our spirits and our souls come and go and have an experience while they're stuck here. And whether they live endlessly or just for a certain amount of time and then get reincarnated in the exact same look-alike body, I don't know. But I know part of the reason they were banished down here is because they wanted to be worshipped like God instead of worshiping God. And well, isn't it just a huge coincidence that the people that we worship in today's day and age just happen to be the ones who also look exactly like people of the past? And while sometimes they have to fake their death or change their appearance so you don't realize that they're living a lot longer than the rest of us. But of course, all this is just for entertainment. I know that all the statues and the historic figures that look like today's people is option 1. It's just a coincidence. There's billions of people in the world, and eventually they're going to look alike. Entertainment only.